Are you ready to transform? Well, step into our Busy Yogi World Studios, where we motivate, educate, and inspire you to make great lifestyle choices. It's time for a vibrant, healthier, and happier you. The KCOR Digital Radio Network welcomes you to Busy Yogi with your host, Valerie Okunami.
Good morning and namaste. Do you want to know what your dog or cat is thinking or feeling? How about their health? Have they had any behavior changes lately, anxiety or aggression? Have you spent a lot of money at the vet, but the vet can't find the cause of your pet's sickness? Does the vet want you to heavily medicate your pet? Are they ready to transition, and how can you make them more comfortable? When are they ready to pass? How can you make your pets' lives better and happier? With animal communication, we can ask these questions and get answers from your pet's perspective. Animal communication is a great tool to establish a healthy relationship between you and your pets. Communication is paramount to finding what's going on with your pet's emotional, behavioral, mental, physical, and energetic states. Animal communication helps you figure out what your pet is thinking and feeling regarding certain events, the other animals in the house, and people. With open communication, it makes your relationship with your pets easier and smoother because you get to know why your pets do a particular behavior or why their health is not at its optimum level, and what you can do to help them be at their optimal health level. This tool lets your pets know what is appropriate behavior from you and what they can expect from you. With animal communication, you get to ask if your pets are happy or sad. Are they having physical issues or are they in pain? What are they thinking? Do they like their pet sitter? What more can you do for them to be more comfortable and have a better life? In the end, animal communication helps make both the human and their pets happy. Our guest today is an animal mystic, animal communicator, and does really awesome things with Reiki and animals. Her name is Daisey Chen. Daisey loves helping animals and their humans heal through animal communication, animal Reiki, and much more. She went to UC Davis as a pre-vet, hoping to become a veterinarian. It didn't pan out this way. So the path of helping animals and their humans holistically found her a few years ago. Animals need just as much healing as people do. So what better way to help your pets by giving them Reiki or life force energy? Reiki helps your pets heal emotionally, physically, spiritually, mentally, and so much more. She also has her own healing technique called 5D Crystal Reiki for humans. This Reiki is channeled from the fifth dimension, so the energy is purer and stronger. If you feel animal communication Reiki is good for your pet, check out her website at animalmystic.org for more information. Before we meet Daisey, let's ground our energy with this short meditation. Sit comfortably. Straighten your spine. Close your eyes. Relax your body. Begin breathing naturally, slowly, and easily. With each breath, let go and relax. Bring awareness into your body. How does it feel? Are there areas of tension you can release? Let your mind relax. Let go of any thoughts you don't need anymore. Focus on your breath, in and out, in and out. Good. Now travel in your imagination to a beautiful place in nature. It's your sacred place. It can be somewhere you've visited before or somewhere you've never been. Imagine you are strolling in your sacred place. You come to a meadow with beautiful flowers and trees. An old giant oak tree calls you. You sit down at the base of this beautiful tree with your back against its strong trunk. Feel a gentle breeze on your skin. Smell the beautiful flowers in the meadow. Feel the sunshine on your face. From a distance, you notice something coming toward you. It's a beautiful, strong animal. What animal is coming toward you? Can you see it? Knowing you are safe and protected, let the animal come closer. What animal has come to visit you? Does the animal have a message? Is it saying anything specific? Sit quietly for a few moments with your animal to absorb their energy and notice how you feel around them. Slowly open your eyes. Good morning, Daisy.
Good morning.
How are you? Thanks for being on the show.
Good. Yes, thank you for inviting me. I'm doing well.
Good. So my first question for you is how the animal communication and healing came to you after the vet gig didn't work out.
Right, yes. I grew up being told, science is the right path and things like that, but that just didn't pan out. And then it was actually literally through heartbreak. I didn't know I was actually pretty shut down growing up, due to family circumstances. But so the heartbreak really needed to happen in order for me to do that, to talk to the animals, because they're so much more heart-centered than people are, really. So in order to talk to animals, you really need to connect to your heart, heart chakra, heart-centered, and talk to them. And so that's, I've always wanted to, help animals out. So.
Did you have a specific pet or something that you were talking to that came to you when you were sad?
No, actually, not. I actually found this path. I had a spiritual coach, and she helped me figure out what to do and things like that. So what careers are, I guess, good for me. And one of them was animal communication. And so I picked that one because it was, helping animals. But when I picked that one, I didn't really understand what it entailed. I just thought, it'd be kind of cool to talk to animals. And I didn't have a clue what I was getting myself into, actually. So
did you have to go to any special schooling or get certifications?
The only certificate I got was for the Reiki. Everything else, I took a small class here and there for animal communication. But other than that, I kind of just played with it. With every session I do with other people's animals, I'm practicing. Basically, it's using your intuition to talk to your animals. So it's more like developing and trusting your own intuition to talk to animals. Then you really don't really need an animal communication class, I think, maybe to get you started. But after that, I think you should really trust your own guidance.
Oh, I believe in that. Intuition is powerful. We just don't pay attention to it most of the time.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So how did you start communicating with animals? What's the first step if somebody out there wanted to start to learn to talk to their pets?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it actually has nothing to do with animals. It's the first step is to ground yourself. A lot of people are not grounded in their body. If you're not grounded in your body, it's actually harder to receive messages from anybody, from your spirit guides, from spirit, from your animals. So it's good to always be grounded, do it several times a day if you're prone to not being in your body.
Yeah, and we're distracted a lot. We have a lot going on with social media and getting places and doing things and just trying not to think, or probably trying not to feel or understand the messages that are actually coming to us until they get so loud we have to pay attention.
Right, yes, that's very true.
So do you consider yourself an intuitive? Can you communicate with animals from a distance?
Yes, so a lot of my animal communication is done through long distance, either through the phone or just through a picture. I don't have too many animals that come to me in person, just because I do a lot of these either at home or I'm at a show, and so they're not allowed to bring the animals, to the show. So, basically, as I said, it's using your intuition. Intuition has no boundary spaces. There's no time and space. It can talk to anybody and at any time. Yeah.
What I've been thinking about lately is, we've got these awful fires going on in California, and the people can get away and go into cars and things, but oh my God, these animals! I just it breaks my heart like a lot. And I know most of them that are wild can get away pretty quickly, right? Or not. And what about all these displaced animals? I don't know. Do they freak out like we do, or are they okay?
I totally believe they have. The dogs and cats in our lives definitely have a lot more range of emotions and wildlife, animals do. They get scared. They're terrified, of course. I mean, if these animals are being left behind, if the human caretakers are able to do animal communication, then they can definitely, tap back into their animals and ask them, are they okay? Where are they? We can come and get you at this time, or, it's still not safe, but we're not going to leave you behind, So definitely animal communication is so great in that perspective. Is like, you can check in with your animals anytime, anywhere you are at. If you go on vacation, you can still check in with your animals and say, hey, we're not going to come back for another few days. How are you? How is the cat sitter or pet sitter doing? And are they taking care of you and things like that, So it's such a great tool to, it's not just communication. It really does go beyond communication of like making sure everyone's okay. The relationship between you and your animals are going, smoothly, and everyone's happy. Yeah.
Do the wild animals know that the fire is coming ahead of time? Like, I know a lot of animals before tidal waves and things, they get out of the way. But do they know when there might be a fire and to move somewhere else? I know once before we had the big earthquake back in the late 80s, I noticed that a few days before the earthquake that it got really, really still outside. I mean, you couldn't hear a bird. You couldn't hear. It was just very, very, very quiet. It was eerie quiet. And then, we had the earthquake. So do you think the animals down in LA and up here were able to know ahead of time this was coming and get away?
Yes, I totally believe that. I think the wild animals are even more attuned to what's going on the earth, and I feel like they're almost like an extension of Mother Earth. So they're a lot more connected the domestic animals are, even though the domestic animals are still a lot more connected than we are. So I think they can feel, they might not always know exactly what's going to be coming, but I think they understand something's going to happen. So, yeah.
So what's the most unusual animal communication healing that you've ever done?
Let me see. So far, just a couple snakes. I've talked to a couple snakes. It was interesting. Their emotional range are a lot more basic. They just either get hungry, or they're content, or they get scared, or they get mad, and that's pretty much it. There's no other.
The reptilian brain.
Yeah. So it's very. I feel like it's a lot more easy to decipher them because they don't have so much range of motion that you have to go through. Like, are you like this or are you that? But you're more like, oh, you're just hungry, or you're just mad. That's about it. That's it's not as complicated. Yeah.
So can snakes get like diseases and things?
Oh, sure. Yeah, they definitely. Oh, yeah, definitely. They can definitely get sick, and if they're not being taken care, a lot of them are, stuck in just a little.
Yeah, that little box.
Yeah, so they're not as mobile. They're just kind of curled up, in that box.
That's kind of sad, don't you think? I wish they had.
Yeah,
like an outside snake box or snake habitat. Something like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Have you ever done any exotic animals like elephants or lions?
Not in a session. Maybe more like
when you go to the zoo.
Yeah, no, not yet. If they come to me like as a animal totem or power animal, when you were just doing the little meditation, actually a white tiger came to me, and so he gave me a message. That was pretty cool.
What was it? Can you share?
Yeah. So tigers, cats, the healing cats, they're all about being in your power and being mystical and tapping into your magic. And he told me that I really need to step into my power. I've been kind of playing with it, and then, like a ball, playing with it and then putting it away and things like that. But he's like, no, you really, really need to own your power and step into it. You've been dabbling in it a little bit too long. So, yeah. So
I think that'll come. That'll come with time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good message.
Sometimes I don't think we need to push so hard to get something because it makes it maybe harder to get, especially like working with your intuition. Doesn't it just unfold on its own? Mm-hmm. Like you could take classes and things, but you can't rush a fruit, Yeah.
Right. Yes, definitely.
So have you ever communicated with animals who've crossed over?
I have. There's actually, lately there's quite a few people that have come to me wanting to talk to deceased animals. And for me, I find it just the same as talking to a live animal. It's all about, of course, using your intuition. So intuition is tapping into energy. So whether they have a body or don't have a body, it's all the same to me. They're just an energy form that I can tap into and talk to. I feel like sometimes it's actually easier to talk to a deceased animal than a live animal, because with a live animal, they come in. They have a soul, but they also have a personality. So you have to deal with the personality and the soul. So with a deceased animal, they don't have a physical body anymore, so they don't have as much of the filters like a personality does.
Mm.
So it's a lot. I feel like it's a little bit more easier to talk to them.
Now, because you can communicate with animals, have you been able to tap into people? Are you tapping into the owners at the same time as you're tapping into the animals, their pets?
So yes. So the thing about animal communication, when I do it for other people, it's actually quite a lot of times twofold. I'm not just really helping the animals. I'm actually really also helping the humans, because the animals in their lives are trying to help the humans. So a lot of times when the animals develop either a behavior problem or a health issue, it's actually a message to their human caretakers about their own lives or things like that. The animals are trying to use their bodies as a signal to the human caretakers, like, hey, something's going on with you. I'm trying to give you a message, but you're not hearing it. So I'm going to use a visual cue to let you know about it. So a lot of times the messages about your animal's health issues or behavioral issues is about actually you. And so a lot of people, some people are a little bit resistant to that. They think, I only want you to talk, I only want you to talk to my animal and about my animal only. This is not about me. But, the animals in our lives as a soul contract, they came into your life to help us, be, I guess, better people, if you can want to say it like that, to go back to spirit, so to become more awake. So when I do animal communication, and anybody that wants to do an animal communication with me, sometimes it will be about you, and you will have to be
I got a really good
about that.
I have a really good question that just came in, but we have 2 minutes to break. Kathy from Utah is curious if a pet who was in a home during a crime like a murder, could they help solve the case?
Oh, wow. Possibly. I'm not I haven't actually never been part of that before. But I have heard that some animal communicators have talked to like rescue animals, the people that, the animals that do rescues, that they can help contribute, to the solving the crime or whatever is going on. So.
Yeah, because I know that police departments, they use psychics to help them solve crimes. So it would seem natural that they would only hire an animal communicator if a pet was in the room.
Well, they can, just like talking to people, they can give their perspective, but I'm not sure how accurate it would be.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sure that, like, if they had some suspects and they lined them up and they put the pit bull in front of them, the pit bull would probably be able to pick out which one attacked.
Oh, I see.
Its owner.
Okay, yeah, yes, if it's by like scent or something, that definitely they can find the person.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a great question, Kathy. Thanks. Okay, we're ready to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about communicating with your pets.
This is Busy Yogi with Valerie Okunami, exploring lifestyle choices for a vibrant, healthier, and happier you. Live every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. We would love you to become part of the show by calling 702-425-9230. That's 702-425-9230. Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio, or follow along with us on our live chat at kcorradio.com. More from within our virtual studio after this.
All systems go! Tuesdays midday just got a bit more interesting on the KCOR Digital Radio Network as Cheryl Costa returns to the celestial airwaves with Cosmic Questions.
I know. I'm pretty excited about it.
Your 1 hour dose of informative as well as entertaining talk radio. Live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. We're opening the doors of the unknown just for you.
Oh, that's crazy.
Cosmic Questions, hosted by Cheryl Costa, challenges you to expand your reality of the universe. Join Cheryl Costa as she brings her unique sense of humor and charm to the KCOR Digital Radio Network.
It's just good, clean fun.
Every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. Cosmic Questions. Finally, the doors of the unknown are opening. Will you be there?
I'm telling you, she is a real ball buster.
If ever a breed was affectionate to a fault, it's the Golden Retriever. They're people dogs, pure and simple. And the Golden Retriever Rescue of Southern Nevada needs your help. If you would like to volunteer, foster, adopt, or donate, go to the Golden Retriever Rescue of Southern Nevada's website at grrsn.org. That's grrsn.org. Or call 598-GOLD. That's 598-GOLD.
Okay, so 5 tacos of cheese and a large soda. That's $10,012. Please drive around.
Wait, 10,000 what?
It's obvious you're buzzed and driving.
I've only had a few. I'm fine.
Yeah, the food's $12, but getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Please drive around. Actually, just park and come in.
Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is your captain. I'd like to welcome you on Jackpot Airlines Flight 1610, service to Lost Wages.
They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Well, apparently, they need a reality check done Vegas style.
Vegas, 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 Vegas.
Tune in Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern, for Reality Check, hosted by Jessica Johns, exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network.
Biggest star in the world, bigger than Britney and Christina put together.
If it's happening on the Vegas Strip, you'll know about it here first.
You are a dirty little fun haver.
Join Jessica Johns as she explores and goes behind the scenes of what's hot and what's not. From the best entertainment Vegas has to offer to national celebrity gossip.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Jessica has her finger on the heartbeat of the city, and she's waiting to share it with you. Reality Check, hosted by Jessica Johns. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern. She does Vegas right.
Yeah, baby.
Welcome back to the Busy Yogi Studios. The KCOR Digital Radio Network hotline number is now open. 702-425-9230. Worldwide callers use Skype name KCOR Radio. Tweet your comments anytime to KCOR using the hashtag KCOR. Join the conversation live and share your thoughts of the show in our chat room at www.kcorradio.com. Now, back to your source for the best in trends and topics for balancing your mind, body, and spirit. Busy Yogi with Valerie Okunami.
We're back with animal mystic communicator and Reiki healer Daisey Chen talking to our pets. And before the break, we were talking about how animals, your pets, are like actually a reflection of how you're feeling. And a lot of owners don't want to look at themselves. They just want to look at the pet. So it made me think about the dog whisperer guy that goes to people's houses and corrects bad behavior in dogs. And he says it's always not a sign of a problem with the dog. It's a sign of a problem of the human. So can you give us some examples?
Sure. So a lot of times people come to me, say the dog suddenly starts peeing in the house, and they take him to the vet, make sure they're health-wise is okay, not contributing to peeing in the house, and the vet can't find anything. They seem okay, but the dog still keeps peeing in the house. And so people come to me and ask, well, why does this keep happening? And I start asking questions and making sure there's no big events, any traumas, because trauma can trigger things. And a lot of times it's because either it's the man in the house can be contributing to this, because there's so much more. I have to be the man. I can't tap into my emotions. I can't really express it. So I have to keep it in, or they're not really listening to their intuition. So the animals so the dog is like, oh, I'm trying to help you, to realize you're stuffing your, emotions down. So I'm going to start peeing in the house. So, there's things like that. What else is there? Shoot. So a lot of times they use behavior to signal to us what's going on with us internally that we're not looking at.
It's important, like if you have a new relationship or something, right, to ease your pet into it.
How so? Like a new
boyfriend or girlfriend that's going to be sharing their bed.
Yeah, some animals, they get, like dogs and cats, they do get kind of jealous of territorial, and so they will. I've seen some dogs become aggressive, like when either the boyfriend wants to get into bed and the dog is on the bed, and they start barking and growling at the boyfriend. So that's definitely an animal communication session where the woman needs to talk to the dog and say, hey, this person is now in my life, and I want everybody to be happy. So she needs to talk to the dog and make sure what's appropriate behavior, not appropriate behavior, and ask if the dog will be willing to accept, this new person in her life. So definitely, yeah.
Did you get the picture of Rocky yet?
Yes, I did. He's a very good-looking cat.
Yeah, he's a snowshoe Siamese, and I was telling you that, it was about 1.5 years ago, he started vomiting and he couldn't stop, and so I took him to the vet, and they put him on IV fluids and kept him overnight. And then when I brought him home, he started to develop a cough, and then it's like he sticks his head out and he has a wheezing sound, and then he coughs stuff up, and then some last longer than others, but, and then he's fine. He still eats and he drinks and he does everything like a normal cat. He just have these coughing fits, maybe once or twice a day. And so I got I took him to the vet, and we couldn't even hear his heartbeat because he was purring so loud. So you couldn't really hear that. And, he didn't want to give him a steroid shot because he does, his batch of kittens that summer had herpes in their eyes. So he has a little bit of that. So he sent me home with some antiviral and antibiotics. And of course, antibiotics didn't really do anything. So I got the natural remedy. It's like a lung thing for cats. It's a little drops you put in their mouth twice a day, and it seems to have subsided a little bit. Sometimes it's worse than other times, and I sent you the picture just so maybe you could see what you think it could be. But he's a good-looking cat. Yeah. He's also the alpha male, and he looks after everybody. He is has to make sure he knows. He knows when something's out of place or when something's not right. He'll go right there, and you have to make things right. So he's the little police officer here. If that makes sense. So cute.
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
And he's the efficient
reader. Let me tap into him and see
And I have 4 cats. He's one of 4.
Okay. Yeah, so Rocky's saying, it is his lungs. I feel like they definitely need more help. I did ask about the Reiki, but the Reiki, he needs something else other than Reiki. The Reiki is great for other stuff. Do you know any acupuncturists that you can go to?
You think the acupuncturist could help him? I think it's asthma. Do you think it's asthma? I think it's asthma.
I'm getting a no on that. So I don't know. I'm just guided to tell you that acupuncture can be pretty helpful for Rocky, for his lungs.
Okay, should I take him to the vet again?
No, this is not something conventional medicine can help with.
Yeah, does he have any kind of emotional issues?
Okay.
Does he have any emotional issues or anything like that?
Okay,
I should know about. Yeah, and he likes to be by me all the time.
He says he doesn't have any emotional issues right now. He just says you're doing a good job taking care of him. So that's all he said.
I'll look for a good acupuncturist.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you live down in the Central Valley?
No, I live in Sacramento area.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you lived down there. Do you ever work on horses?
A few times, yes, definitely. I mainly worked with dogs and cats mostly, but I have talked to some horses. Yeah. So they're kind of like very, very big dogs, basically.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they have the same emotional capacity as dogs and cats. They're just a lot bigger. So, yeah, and they do also help the humans too on their journey.
Yeah. What is it about horses and like dolphins that really help children with learning disabilities or handicaps or things like that? Have you ever figured that out?
Well, for dolphins, they're not really from this planet. They're actually from another planet, and so their energy is so different from ours and they're just mostly just unconditional love. They're that's why they're so healing, because when you're with them, they share their energy with you, so you feel good. Yeah. And with horses, I think it's kind of the same thing. I believe it's kind of all about energy. They share their energy with us, and so we either feel happy or we feel more calmer. And horses are a lot more grounded and closer to earth. So some of these children that are, I guess you can say, what are they, ADHD or more hyper, it calms them down because it helps them tap into the solidness of Mother Earth, So.
And horses are really patient.
Yeah, they can be pretty patient. Yeah.
Well,
depends on land.
Not all of them.
Not all of it, but yeah.
So what's the smartest animal on the planet?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't put a finger on just one, because you can say, oh, dogs are the smartest one, but I don't know. I met some ones that are a little bit airhead.
Me too.
I don't have too much in their brains.
One of my cats is kind of an airhead.
Yeah, so you can't just say which one. For me, I can't. But maybe scientifically you can. I'm sure the scientists can tell you which one's the smartest. But
are
for
some dogs
me,
more talkative than others?
Oh, sure, yeah, definitely. Whenever I talk to a new animal that I've never talked to, I always introduce myself. And I ask permission to talk to them because, I mean, they're just like another human. If they don't feel like talking to you, then you don't want to, keep pushing it. There are some animals that I find that if they're not feeling very, very well, the older animals, they do get grouchy.
Yeah.
They kind of have the old man syndrome. So, I ask them, is it okay to talk to them? And sometimes they're like, no, I don't want to talk to you. And I tell the humans, they don't want to talk to me right now. And I totally respect that. Yeah.
What about seeing eye dogs? Service animals. They are so amazing to me. What they deal with on an everyday basis. Helping somebody who's blind or handicapped. Do you have any comments on that?
They're definitely signed up for a more higher advanced task than some of these other animals because they're just constantly working all the time. But I wouldn't completely go into pity or sympathy because this is what they chose as on a soul level, and I applaud them to to do that, to help us, so.
Oh, Rocky's starting to cough. Yeah, I have my neighbor downstairs is blind and she has a dog, and oh my God, this dog it's a golden retriever, and she's just beautiful. And they are the most amazing animals.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. What about endangered species?
Endangered species.
Yeah, like rhinos and elephants and that poachers are always after. I mean, they must, because to me, they're really conscious beings. They're very smart.
Right.
And they can't communicate. And so, they just peacefully live their lives and kind of get
right. Right. So a lot of these animals, as a group consciousness, they've also decided, pretty much all the animals that's on the planet, they're helping humans, I guess you can say transcend, wake
up.
Evolve. And so they're really using their own bodies and to help us do that. And they're helping us to teach us more compassion for everybody. So the people that are more awake and compassionate towards animals, they're helping those people help others wake up. So,
do you believe in animal reincarnation? Do you believe a person can become an animal, or do you think that your pet that crossed over can come back in another body?
Oh, definitely. They can definitely come back. However, the only thing about that is you would need to consciously agree for them to come back, and they need to also agree to come back. If there's no agreement between the two parties, then it will not happen.
Do you have to do it before they die?
No.
Or is it a soul contract?
No. It's a soul contract. Every time they come back, it's always a soul contract between the human and the animal. So some animals do decide they don't want to come back. They want to do something else. Or I just did another session earlier this week, and it was actually a horse, and the horse kept coming to the human and reminding her how it felt to ride the horse, and she finally asked me to, talk to the horse, and the horse is like, yeah, I've been trying to remind you, like, really do want to come back into your life, but you haven't decided, you haven't really consciously said yes for me to come back, and I can't come back unless you consciously say yes. And so, finally she's like, yes, I do want you to come back. But however, the horse is not going to come back as a horse, and the horse is actually going to come back as a dog. So it's really interesting how, what they want to do too. So,
what about like when owners die?
The owners die. Wow. I haven't tapped into too much of that yet.
Because I know I've seen some YouTube videos of like the owners hooked up to life support, and before they take them off life support, they bring the pet in to say goodbye, and it's just kind of, it's like they're a human being and they just know what's going on. And another woman, she was dying, and they brought her macaw parrot to say goodbye to her.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It was like a real person was talking to another person. I mean, animals have feelings.
Oh, definitely. So when they do that, when they bring the animals to the person, the animals are more energy first than anything else. So they do see like the soul leaving. I mean, when a person dies, from what I heard, the soul is actually already moving in and out of the body, getting ready to leave the body permanently. So I believe the animals can see that. They can see what the soul is doing, what's going on energetically with the body. So I think they know, this person is ready to pass.
So when you die, are you reunited with your pets?
Wow, that's a good question. Nobody has asked me that before. I'm going to say not necessarily, because just the animal as a soul, they also can go on and do other stuff. I feel like the human soul goes back to spirit first. And then I don't know what happens after that.
Have you ever tried to contact? Have you ever tried to contact a person who's crossed over for a pet that's still living?
No, I haven't.
Flipped it the other way.
Yeah. No? Yes. Totally. No, I haven't. I'm not really too.
That'd be interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's mostly the animals have passed, not the human. So, yeah. Interesting. That's a good question.
Yeah. So doing Reiki. No, go ahead. What? You think what?
Oh, I think once we leave our bodies, it's easier for us to come back and talk to our pets. I don't think. Yeah. So
you're not necessary.
Yeah, I'm not. I think the animal can talk to the human a lot easier than I can probably talk to them. So.
Now, listen, before we just have a few minutes to wrap it up, but let's talk about the Reiki, the Reiki healing that you do with the animals. What is the best type of symptoms a pet has that Reiki works best on, or is it for everything?
For me, so far, it's been a lot of physical, emotional, and energetic work.
Like with rescue animals, I'm sure they have a lot of emotional issues.
It's a lot of emotional healings, releasing trauma. With my cat, she's also, animals in our lives are also going through transitions, and they're also feeling all the new energy that's coming into the earth, and they're also changing energetically. And so my cat's also going through her own evolution, I guess you can say, energetically. And I see her not feeling so well, and so I also give her Reiki for that. Or if she's having a little bit of tummy issues, I give Reiki for that. So far it's been for several different things. I haven't been too limited on what I can't do, unless it's more of an emergency thing. Then they need to go to the vet.
Right.
Don't just send Reiki. Yeah.
So how do you incorporate the crystals with the 5D Reiki healing?
Oh, so the crystals, I was attuned to be able to channel certain crystal healing energies. So like, say you have a rose quartz. So in order to get healing from the rose quartz, you hold it or you put it in your pocket, and your energy level entrains to the rose quartz energy. Instead of doing that, I'm able to channel the energy, the frequency of rose quartz, and tap it into either like your heart chakra or something like that. And there's other different couple different modalities where we can use it for like emotional healing or physical healing. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I can call in the energy of like green aventurine or black tourmaline, and put it into someone's chakra, and that's how they get a healing with that. And then it's a lot more faster. You don't have to hold the crystal and slowly. It's a little bit more slower process when you do that.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But if you are able to just infuse that energy directly into the chakra, it's a lot more faster healing.
Hey, we're out of time. You hear the music.
Okay.
Thank you for so much for being on the show, Daisy, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, bye. Hey, thanks for listening to the show. If you have an idea for a show, reach out to me at busyyogi@gmail.com, or a donation would be appreciated on the show, KCOR Radio, Busy Yogi. Until next time, be kind to others and yourself. Namaste.
Thank you for listening to Busy Yogi, hosted by Valerie Okunami. Live every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. For more information on lifestyle choices for a vibrant, healthier, and happier you, please visit her website at valerieokunami.com. Until next week, remain true to oneself. Namaste.
This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network. Broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51. Wait, that doesn't exist. This is the